Welcome, English learners, to Learn English Road. Today, we invite you to enjoy a touching romantic story called The Bridge Between Us. It's a heartwarming tale of love, distance, and destiny. This story follows Emma and Daniel, two people who meet by chance and fall deeply in love. But when life takes them in different directions, they must fight to keep their love alive. This story is perfect for intermediate level learners who want to improve their English through storytelling. You'll discover new words, useful expressions, and emotional conversations, all in a natural and easy to understand style. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the story of love, hope, and second chances. Chapter 1: A Chance Meeting. Emma was a young woman who loved books and quiet afternoons. She worked in a small bookstore in the heart of London, not far from the River Thames. Every morning, she walked across the same bridge on her way to work, listening to music and watching the boats pass by. One cold morning in November, Emma slipped on a wet patch on the bridge. Her books flew from her bag and scattered across the pavement. Before she could react, someone helped her up. "Are you okay?" the stranger asked. He was tall, with kind brown eyes and a gentle voice. He picked up her books and handed them to her with a smile. "Thank you," Emma said, blushing slightly. "I wasn't watching where I was going." "Lucky I was," he replied, chuckling. "I'm Daniel." "I'm Emma." From that day on, Emma and Daniel began to see each other often, on the bridge, in the bookstore, at the cafe nearby. They talked about everything: music, movies, childhood memories. It felt easy, natural. Chapter 2: Falling in Love. Winter passed and spring came with its promise of new beginnings. Emma and Daniel spent weekends exploring London, walking hand in hand through parks and markets. They laughed a lot. Sometimes they would sit for hours and just talk, as if time didn't exist when they were together. Daniel was an artist. He painted cityscapes and portraits and was working on a collection for his first gallery show. Emma encouraged him every step of the way. "You have a gift," she told him. "People need to see your work." "You believe in me more than I do," he said once, touching her cheek. Emma smiled. "That's what love is, isn't it?" And in that moment, they both knew. They were in love. Chapter 3: Trouble in Paradise. But love is not always easy. Daniel got an opportunity to move to New York for a year, an artist in residence program that could change his life. He was excited but also afraid. "I don't want to leave you," he said. Emma felt her heart sink. "Then don't." He looked torn. "It's just 1 year." "A lot can change in a year," Emma whispered. They spent days trying to find a solution. Could she go with him? Her visa, her job, her life in London all made it difficult. In the end, they decided to try long distance. "We'll talk every day," Daniel promised. "I'll visit as often as I can. This doesn't have to be the end." Emma nodded, but inside she was scared. Chapter 4: The Distance. At first, they stayed close. They sent messages, video called, and shared pictures. But slowly, the time difference and busy schedules created space between them. Emma began to feel lonely. Daniel seemed tired and distracted. She tried to stay positive, but her heart ached. One day, she got a message from Daniel. "I'm sorry I missed our call. I had a meeting. I'll make it up to you." But he didn't. Emma cried that night. She didn't want to be angry, but she was. She missed him so much, and it felt like he was slipping away. When they finally talked again, Emma said, "I don't want to be just a message on your phone." Daniel looked at her through the screen. "I don't want to lose you." "Then come home." "I can't. Not yet." They hung up without saying, "I love you." Chapter 5: Choices. Emma thought about ending it. Was love supposed to feel like this? waiting, hoping, hurting. She talked to her best friend, Lily. I feel like I'm holding on to something that's already gone. Do you still love him? Lily asked. Yes, but love doesn't feel like enough. Meanwhile, Daniel was struggling too. His art was successful, but he felt empty. Every painting reminded him of Emma. Every street reminded him of their walks. He looked at a photo of her on his desk and whispered, "What am I doing?" Daniel made a choice. Chapter 6. The Return. One rainy morning, Emma walked across the same bridge where she had met Daniel. Her thoughts were heavy. She wondered if she would ever see him again. And then she saw him. Standing by the railing, soaked but smiling, was Daniel. Emma froze. What? What are you doing here? I came home, he said, because I realized something. I can paint anywhere, but I can't love anyone the way I love you. Tears filled her eyes. You left everything behind? No, he said. I came back to everything that matters. Emma ran into his arms and they kissed as the rain poured down around them. Chapter 7. Building a Life. Daniel opened a small studio in London. Emma continued working at the bookstore. Their love wasn't perfect, but it was real. They had learned that distance couldn't break what was strong. That love, true love, meant choosing each other, even when it was hard. One evening, Daniel took Emma to the bridge again. This is where it started, he said, and I want to start the next chapter here too. He got down on one knee and held out a small box. Inside was a ring. Emma, will you marry me? Tears ran down her cheeks as she whispered, yes. And the city lights sparkled behind them like stars blessing their love. Thanks for listening to The Bridge Between Us. You've just explored love, emotion, and personal growth, all while improving your English skills. We're so proud of your progress. Don't stop here. More beautiful stories are waiting for you. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more romantic stories and English learning content. Your support helps us keep creating meaningful and inspiring stories just for you. See you in the next chapter of Love and Language. Thank you. I love you.